Last summer, I embarked on a 2-week adventure along Turkey's stunning Aegean coast, fulfilling my childhood dream. For many locals, a road trip around these amazing roads is a bucket list experience, and for a good reason. The blue waters glimmering under the summer sun, the winding roads carved into rugged cliffs, and the freedom of the open road, it all feels like a love letter to the wanderlust in our souls. So, grab a coffee or tea and join me as I relive this incredible journey, packed with tips and unforgettable moments. I kicked off my trip from Istanbul. The first destination was Alaçatı, a small yet famous town in Çeşme, Izmir. The 6-hour drive was filled with anticipation. I could feel the excitement of the road trip in every inch of my body. However, because of the traffic, by the time I arrived, the sun had already gone. So, one big tip here: avoid traveling during Turkish national holidays if you can. Trust me, the roads and tourist spots become chaotic, and Alaçatı is in the middle of this chaos. Alaçatı is like stepping into a postcard, but it comes with its downsides. So, yet another tip about the prices. You may heard Alaçatı is expensive. And yes, Alaçatı is as pricey as they say. Even though I didn't stay long enough to confirm all the rumors, the high-end vibes of the boutiques and restaurants were undeniable. Anyway, for a road tripper like me, one day in Alaçatı was just perfect. I soaked in the atmosphere, explored the town center, and made a mental note to return someday for a deeper dive. But this was just the beginning, and I was eager to hit the road again. The next leg of my journey took me to Datça, a 6-hour drive through winding roads that tested both my patience and my car's endurance. So, if you also plan to take this route, prepare yourself. It's a wild one, but the reward is fair enough. As you crest the final hill, the breathtaking view of Datça welcomes you. Arriving in the evening, I met up with friends for a quick dinner and a wander around the town. Datça's charm lies in its vivid but calm vibe. You can feel the summer energy everywhere. It's for sure people are here to just relax. It's hard to get used to it, especially if you are living in a big city. But once you do, you also go with the flow and leave almost all the stress behind you. Just be careful and don't get addicted to it. You know, you'll need to go back to real life very soon. Datça is also pricey, so expect to add about very soon. The next morning, I kicked off the day with a refreshing swim. At the beginning, I was afraid the water would be cold. However, much to my relief, I was wrong, and I'm very happy I did that. Letting the waves wash away all your stress. It's a ritual I highly recommend, especially if you are in such place. Then it was time for some serious exploring. I was on the road always all the time for 2 days. It was exhausting. I could finally start what I came for. My first stop was Kargıbay. This peaceful spot is perfect for swimming and relaxing, and you can skip the sunbath rental if you prefer. Just bring your towel and find a spot on the sand. I spent quite some time there by swimming and reading and relaxing, of course. The second destination was Aquarium Bay. Heads up, there are 2 aquarium bays in Datça. One is an untouched place in the nature and you can reach it only by 30 minutes hike, by swimming and reading and relaxing, of course. Or Gerence Bay in Google Maps. I did enjoy my time in Aquarium Bay too. However, it was more crowded than Kargı, therefore I spent less time there. It's a nice to have if you have enough time. I can also recommend Kare İncir. This is the place where my friend's home is. Even though it looks like a private complex for its residents, I think it's fair to say no one will stop you if you go there and use the beach. The day ended with a visit to Kindo's ancient city. Watching the sunset there was one of the most inspiring moments of my life. Sitting in the ancient amphitheater, the day ended with a visit to. I felt a deep connection to the countless souls who had watched the same sunset here. Sitting in the short story long, the day ended with a visit to. If you want to see at least a couple, you will definitely need a car. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, public transportation is not very common here. I think the biggest reason for this is to protect the nature. It's a simple equation. If you prevent people go somewhere easily, you protect nature. Let's face with the reality. We humans do not treat well to peaceful places. If you prevent, let me be honest, the roads are a challenge, but the payoff, always pure magic. Its small town center, colorful streets, and untouched beaches make Kaş one of those places you want to see at least once in your lifetime. And then you want to come here again, and again, and again. And I will tell you this, they know their taste. Kaş does have its challenges though, at least once in your lifetime. And then you want to come, especially during peak summer. My advice? Spend your days at the beaches and save the town center for the cooler evenings. But enough for Kaş's pros and cons. Let's go for some recommendations. And then you want to come here again. When it comes to accommodation, I have a good one. A reliable aircon is a must. Let me introduce you to Solan Blue Hostel, a hidden gem in Kaş. If you're okay with dorms, this is the place. They also have private rooms, but those are at standard prices. Solan Blue is more than just a budget stay. The hostel has amazing views, a pool. If you're okay with dorms, but those are at standard. If you're okay with dorms, but once you get into the vibe of the place, you might not want to leave. If you're okay with dorms, for sunbathing and swimming in the crystal clear waters of the Kaş, the peninsula has two beaches that are free to enter. I had to see it for myself, and now, after visiting, I can confirm. But be warned, it's always crowded. And I mean always. Whether it's early morning or mid-afternoon, finding a park lot for your car is a nightmare. This is summer in its purest form. Patara is also well known as a protected nesting site for the endangered caretta sea turtles. So there is an extra effort to keep the beach clean. When you first arrive at the parking area, you might feel overwhelmed by the amount of people. This is summer in its pure. Entrance to the beach isn't free, but the small fee is worth it. The only downside to Patara, the beachside restaurant people. You will save yourself money and disappointment. In short, entrance to the beach. Both are worth visiting, but if you want true peace and quiet, Patara wins hands down. After soaking up the beauty of Kaş and around, Sardala Beach and Kleopatra Bay were the highlights of my Dalaman stop. Sardala was crowded, but Kleopatra Bay offered an exceptional escape. Accessible only by boat or a challenging hike, it is like a paradise where time seems to stand still. As I floated in the crystal clear waters of Kleopatra Bay, I felt a profound sense of gratitude for this journey. It was more than just a road trip. It was a reminder of the beauty and wonder that exist all around us if we take time to seek it out. As my aegeancoast adventure came to an end, I found myself reflecting on the journey. The roads were tough, the sun was relentless, and there were moments when I questioned my sanity. But every twist and turn, every bit of sweet, and every mile driven was worth it. This road trip was a love letter to my home country, a celebration of its natural beauty and rich history. If you're considering an Aegean road trip in Turkey, my advice is simple. Go for it, take your time, embrace the unexpected, and let the journey surprise you. Whether you are swimming in hidden bays, exploring ancient ruins, or simply enjoying a meal with friends, the Aegean coast has a way of stealing your heart and leaving you with memories you will treasure forever. Until next time, happy travels.